You could be vulnerable to a narcissist right now. In this video, I'm going to explain how and what to do about it. A long time ago, when you were a child, you were taught that you're only of value if you earned it. Instead of getting the nurturing and the love that you required, you were forced to grow up very quickly. Most likely, you were emotionally neglected and abused. And to survive, you had to adapt and make yourself useful. You had to take care of your caregivers emotionally instead of the other way around. Perhaps you had to walk on eggshells to not upset them or make yourself a target. Or you might have taken on the role as confidant, which is an incredibly inappropriate place to be as a child. You've maybe had to protect a younger sibling, make yourself invisible. In the end, you learned that there were only certain ways to survive, and that was to take care of anyone's needs but your own. In fact, you weren't even allowed to have your own needs. This makes you, unfortunately, the perfect target for a narcissist. How, you may ask? How are you a perfect target? It comes down to supply. Think of supply as fresh blood. Think of the narcissist as an emotional vampire, and your empathy, your caring, your caretaking is an endless supply of the exact type of blood they need. That is the fuel. That is what they live on. That is what they breathe. So the more giving you are, the more they will take. The more that you want to please them, take care of them, fix them, the more they will take. It becomes a bottomless pit. The narcissist is a bottomless pit, and you will continue to fill it up. The problem is that, first of all, that's no way to live. And second of all, it doesn't even work because the narcissist actually resents you for it. Deep down, the narcissist is envious. They're envious of your ability to love, your ability to care, all the nurturing. They just don't realize it. So it comes out as a type of resentment. It comes out as rage. So what they are thinking or believing about themselves is that they are owed. They are owed this treatment. And if you're not perfect, then you're at fault, and you're always going to be at fault. But even if you are perfect, they'll still find something wrong because there's always something wrong. And if you are even making yourself invisible or being really quiet or placating, they'll pick a fight with you just to get more supply. They're always going to be rocking the boat in some way to get supply. And at the beginning, you don't see it because at the beginning, they love bomb you. At the beginning, they come on strong. They are the person that you thought is your person. You think you've met your soulmate. None of it is real. They have targeted you. It's not your fault. It's because you are vulnerable. And in that moment of vulnerability, they will swoop in, just like what I talked about, the supply, the blood supply. It's like a mosquito zeroing in on, you know how some people get bitten more than others? There's a thing where if you have this certain quality, which I'm going to get to in a minute, you are irresistible to a narcissist and they will suck you dry. What is this personality type I'm talking about? It is known as a people pleaser. I've had more people tell me that they consider themselves people pleasers than I can even count. And whether they're clients, whether they're people I know, whether I see it around me, people pleasing because you were taught that you are not valuable unless you're of service to somebody, unless you are taking care of others' needs in some way. You don't matter. You alone have nothing to offer. So now that we know that this is the problem, now that we know you're the type that narcissists prey on, how do we fix that? What do we do about it? Well, first of all, if you're in a narcissistic relationship, it's time to think about maybe how do I get out of this? Safely, of course. This is where therapy can come in handy. Always therapy. Even after you leave, you're going to need it. You're always going to need support. So I have other videos about that, about getting out of relationships. But in the meantime, once you realize that you're a people pleaser, and once you realize that the narcissist is finding you irresistible only because of that one quality, you can start to become free. Because now, when you eventually, hopefully, are out of the relationship through therapy, through work, through all the support that you can get, and through all the self-reflection and all the ways that you can heal, you suddenly can realize that you are of value, that you matter. It's not that your caretaking is not what makes you valuable. It doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong. It means that you have lots of empathy. You're just giving it to the wrong people. You're allowed to exist. You're allowed to be loved just for who you are in this world. So that is the takeaway message for today. And if you want to know more about how narcissists steal your identity, watch my prior video on losing yourself with a narcissist. Thanks for watching.